We all knew this was coming. Everybody, except fanboys. But this is how some of this shit goes. So Sony just announced that God of War is being delayed another year. We all knew this. That's why all the Xbox games were getting delayed. We was hearing about this, and everybody was like, Xbox got no games. That's fine. That was fine. Xbox just wanted their games to come out not broken like Returnal. Returnal should have been delayed too, but they pushed it. Why? They needed a PlayStation 5 game. Ratchet and Clank is coming out. Hopefully that's not getting pushed forward. Hopefully it comes out and is as good as everybody wants it to be. But we don't know. We won't know until the game comes out. Sony want these games to sell consoles. So that's why they're pushing them so hard. But then um a Sony studio head, I think, he like dropped some dropped some comments about a conference call, and it got Sony fans going crazy. Why? Because the pandemic hit Sony too. Everybody was laughing when Microsoft was like, "We're not gonna have anything until the end of the year," and he was like, "Oh, Xbox ain't gonna have no games, no exclusives for Xbox. They got cross gen." Yes, yes, Xbox is going cross gen. Why? Because they're not leaving their 50 million people behind. Sony fans thought they were leaving their 100 million people behind, and it's like, no, they're not. They're not leaving them behind. But this article came out, and the next God of War, I think they announced like 3 or 4 games. So Horizon Zero Dawn, they announced that was cross gen last year, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's fine, that's fine." But they thought God of War was gonna be PlayStation 5 exclusive, and it's coming to PlayStation 4 as well. There's 100 million people over there. They're gonna sell it to them. They need the money. They're not about to let them not have this game. And they're making a PlayStation 4 version, and they pushed it back into 2022. Hmm. So PlayStation 5 has Returnal right now, and Xbox has what the fuck is a PlayStation 5? I mean Xbox exclusive game right now. I'm not even sure because I think they're all cross-gen. Because Microsoft said they were going to do that. They weren't going to hold no games to Xbox Series X because the Xbox One generation didn't get games for a long time. So they're going to get the games too until the deep games come out, which is good. That's why Microsoft is doing this. And now PlayStation is doing this behind the scenes. Their fans didn't know. They're talking all this shit about Xbox not having no games, but y'all biggest games. It's kind of strange that Ratchet and Clank is not gonna be cross gen either. But I mean the Rift Apart thing. I guess they can say that that's a PlayStation 5 feature thing. Like they need the SSD to run that, which they don't. It probably helps it run faster, but I don't think they need the SSD to do that. Because if that game comes to PC in like 3 years or some shit, Sony fans they'd be like, oh, it's a 3 year old game. They can have it on PC now. Like if it runs on a PC with a hard drive, like we're gonna know that it should have been on PlayStation 4 too. So Sony gonna have to play their cards right with that type of game, especially when they market it like that, like Demon Souls. But that's a remake of a game. Miles Morales was on PlayStation 4 as well. So yeah, so Sony only has Returnal. That's going to be PlayStation 5 exclusive because in their two biggest games, God of War and Horizon, everybody's fan favorite, the big hitters, they're going to PlayStation 4. Just like our Halo is going to Xbox One. But everybody was waving the flag that Xbox games are held back by the old generation. Sony games are about to be held back then, right? No, because they know how to make a fucking game. They can make two versions of a game just like every other company's been doing, and they're gonna have to. Why? Because we've been seeing all the companies that have been making cross-gen games on the PlayStation that's been having trouble. Yeah, we're looking at the Ghostwire thing where they have to delay. They have to build a PlayStation 5 version of the game because they can't get the PlayStation 4 version to run correctly. So these games are gonna have to get two builds. Two teams are gonna build two games because the cross-gen games don't work on PlayStation correctly, or they run like a PlayStation 4 on a PlayStation 5. So that's why God of War is getting delayed, because they have to build a PlayStation 5 version. Why? Because of technical issues. They probably not gonna say that from a Sony studio, but the third party studios are definitely gonna say like, yeah, we're having problems with the PlayStation 5. We're gonna delay this. Sony's not gonna say that, but they're delaying the game. And then they came out the Gran Turismo. What is it? 7? It's gonna be a PlayStation 4 game as well, and it's like, the next Forza game is gonna be Xbox Series X exclusive because they're pushing that bitch. Gran Turismo has to go to PlayStation 4 as well, and it's like, damn, how the tide have turned. But Sony fans, they're going crazy on Twitter. I would show Twitter, but I don't get on Twitter that much. I just go on there, look at fanboys cry and attack each other, and then I go report on it. But yeah, they're going crazy over there. They're kind of pissed that these games are going to PlayStation 4, which they are PlayStation 4 owners too. And it's like, damn, now Sony fanboys are attacking Sony fanboys because they're clashing. Like, why are they going to PlayStation 4? There's people that's stuck on PlayStation 4. They can't buy a PlayStation 5, and you want them to release God of War with 3 million people. If 1 million people buy God of War, they're not gonna make as much money because everybody don't buy these games on these consoles. So they have 100 million customers, and if 50 million of them buy God of War on PlayStation 4, and 1 million of them buy God of War on fucking PlayStation 5, they're gonna make money. That's what they're doing. They not about to sell this game to a console that only sold 3 million units right now. No, they need more consoles out there so they can sell more copies of the game so they can make more money. But Sony fans are learning this slowly. Why are they slowly getting this? The Microsoft fan base already learned this in the Xbox One generation. That's why they start selling games to PC. That's why Game Pass happened and all of this. They're trying to grow gaming more than just a console because console sales is not getting them nowhere. Sony wants console sales so they can sell software, and they're still selling the PC. Why? Because they make money. We all getting this. Sony's slowly getting a customer fan base into the notion that we need to make money off all the people we have. It's not just y'all no more. And that's exactly what this is showing right here. That's why God of War's PlayStation 4 version is in development. That's why Gran Turismo 7's PlayStation 4 version is in development, because they need to make that money. They're not about to sell it to the 3 million people that got a PlayStation 5. Even if it is 3 million people that got a PlayStation 5. Because we know the scalpers took 90% of them shits. So probably a million of the 3 million PlayStation 5 sold are to actual people. I mean, that's just figurative numbers. I'm not saying facts. But like, that is the mind state that these companies are in. And these delays from Corona is hitting them. They're going to get hit. It's just they waited to this long to E3 time to tell their fans that we got hit by COVID. Microsoft told us at the beginning of the generation. That's why Halo got delayed. A whole lot of things got delayed. And they were waiting on a whole lot of games too. Why? Because they wanted them to have time to finish them. They weren't about to push these games out the door and get bad reviews. Microsoft don't want bad reviews no more. They want critically acclaimed games like Sony does. They're trying to push big franchises to make big money like Sony did all last generation. Microsoft is learning, and Sony's learning too. They're learning to stay ahead. You have to adapt. Why? Because if somebody clouds you and crowds you in your own game plan, you have nothing else. So Sony's learning from Microsoft, like, all right, we need to make money like they making money. This console war shit is dead. But only to the fanboys is it still alive. And that's why this is big news. Which is not big news. We knew this was coming. It's just now that they actually said it, it's confirmed. And now nobody can deny the proof that these games are going to PlayStation 4. And they're not going to hold the PlayStation 5 back. The PlayStation 5 is going to get their own version of the game. It's going to look good. It's going to play good. Hopefully it loads fast because they have an SSD built for it. The super sampling from AMD is definitely about to help these games a lot on the PlayStation 5. So they probably going to be pushing some good frame rates too. Like God of War at 4K 60 frames with ray tracing, like that is going to be lovely for PlayStation 5 people. And PlayStation 4 going to get the same level of detail that God of War, the original one, the remake got. Like, it shouldn't be a bad thing for Sony fans, but Sony fans are literally pissed about this. And it's sad to see that their fans are attacking their fans because they get to play the fucking game. Now they think like, why did I buy a PlayStation 5 if these games go on to PlayStation 4? Because you wanted better hardware, bro. It's not because these games are going to be locked there. Like, come on now. This is sad. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. I just wanted to talk about that. So thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see y'all in the next video.